Good Thursday evening, everybody. Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. Changed shirts, and I'm ready to rock your socks here on a Thursday evening. Wore the same shirt as yesterday, or did I? Dun, dun, dun. Well, if you watched the update, yes, I did. But that's all right. Here now to discuss the shirt topic is Andrew Bamlett. What a good transition, right?
Yes.
Give me that double bot. We got to talk to you. We take advantage when we're together.
Yes.
Because it's been a while since we've been together. Andrew, we got some new stuff on the horizon.
We do.
And I'm not saying that we're dropping this like as breaking news like right at this very minute. Wow. Good thing on the hair here, Andrew. There you go. It's TV live. We've got some big news coming as far as the look of Talking Fitchburg.
Yes.
And I'm getting a lot of flack for this, which I understand why. I mean, it is fading.
It's
fast.
a pretty bad looking sticker.
Yeah, it's had its day. It's a sticker. And yeah, I'm saying this is changing. This is changing. Yep. Talking Fitchburg, we'll see some changes coming up in the new year. And you're just getting started on, well, we've been working on it behind the scenes for a while, but
yep.
You're going to be getting started on it. It's going to have a new look, new feel, but same stuff going on. But maybe more you and I. We also have some promos to shoot together too coming up, which I wrote pretty good.
I've read them, so yeah, I'm excited to see how those turn out.
It all goes together, yeah. We got to talk about that and getting that filmed soon.
Yeah, we need to do that soon so we can have them ready for the new year.
Yeah, Scott's got to be part of this because he's got to film it since you and I are both doing it.
You know how I like being in front of the camera.
I know.
As much as you.
Yeah, every time I get off or we get into a break and I'm like, oh my gosh, why do I do
Are we done yet?
Yeah.
Am I done here? Yeah.
Well, you get tongue-tied, reading through all that
stuff. What happens
stuff.
to me when you, yeah.
And I like having you as, like, it's almost like I need you in my ear all the time so you can be like, Jeremy, what you meant to say was.
This is the word you wanted. It's this word.
Yeah, and it's weird because you just get, I love the professionals. I will not call myself a professional necessarily in this field. But your news anchors out there that do it day in and day out, oh my gosh, they are awesome. But they get to spend, we don't get to spend as much time on the scripts as we should and need to.
It's kind of get it in there and move on and do something else, come back and then have to just read it and not be able to really go through it.
You do like all the jobs of television. I do some of the jobs of television, but when you really think of a crew that it takes to put on a TV show day in and day out, it's pretty impressive.
It's a lot.
But we like doing this stuff. That's why we do it every day.
We do.
And
this is my favorite part. It
is mine too. I really enjoy doing it every day. And more or less this part when we get to actually talk.
Yes, yeah.
But I love sharing the information. We do. There's so many great stories and great guests on the show. And that's how I'm transitioning that one, Andrew. We are going to be talking, and Andrew wore a fire shirt, if you saw that. We're talking about the fire scam. You may have seen this. You may have received the text message. I did. And I even received the Fitchburg one about this scam on the fire department, and you order your T-shirt before it's too late or opt out. It's a scam. And we're going to talk to DATCP about that today coming up. Plus, we're going to take you on the road. Did you know the Painters Union is right here in the city of Fitchburg? Andrew got to go out there. Did you get to paint at all, Andrew? Did you pick up a paintbrush at all?
I didn't know, but I got to watch some steel doors getting painted like wood grain. So that was pretty cool. Oh. Yeah.
So since you've learned this, do you know how to paint correctly now?
No. Don't come to my house.
Oh, jeez. Well, you have some painting that needs to be done. But
that's besides the point.
All right. Well, we'll take you out to there. It's a really cool place and some cool people out there. We'll show you that here coming up. But let's get you into some headlines. And coming out of Pelletieri, paper cups are now recyclable. This is pretty cool. Woo! The excited announcement came from the folks there at Pelletieri. I'm tongue-tied already. Oh, my gosh. Already not even a minute into this. And here we go. And it says here, we're excited to announce you can now place your paper cups in your curbside recycling cart or commercial recycling dumpster for collection and recycling. We've installed the new recycling sorting technology at our materials facility, Kip Street Station, which allows us to include paper cups for recycling. Paper cups such as coffee and soda cups can be placed in your recycling cart or commercial recycling dumpster. Please be sure the paper cups are clean and empty before placing them in the recycling. That's the part that I have a hard time with. Like, what is defined as clean, right? Well, this is what they say. Empty and clean means free of liquids and residue. So if it's coffee, I don't know. It's gonna be a hard one. You could rinse it out though before you put it in there, right? Lids and straws go into the trash. Not recyclable at this time. Cardboard sleeves, remove those and place those in your recycling separately. Pretty cool stuff. Either way, if you want to learn more, I've got the link to the story and how they do the recycling, and it shows the sorting machine, which is really cool if you haven't seen that. For the Fitchburg Senior Center, the Giving Tree, it's out there. I saw it today. And it says again this year we are giving seniors in need a greater choice, the ability to independently shop for their needs. That's why we are asking for donations of gift cards for grocery home goods stores like Target, Walmart, Walgreens, Hy-Vee at a value of $25 or above. Gift cards can be mailed or dropped off at the Fitchburg Senior Center. That information is on your screen. Your support is one click away, by the way, now too at the Fitchburg Senior Center. If you want to donate online, you can do that now. They have set up a page at their website, fitchburgwi.gov/senior center. Click on donate to the Senior Center. Your donation is tax deductible. Please know there will be a 3% service fee added, though. You are welcome to send a check payable to the Senior Center. Friday Fun to Go at the Fitchburg Public Library is on Friday, December 3rd. Yeah, that's why it says Friday. By the Fitchburg Public Library, pick up some fun activity bags. Take and make activity bags are for children ages 2 to 5 and 6 to 12. Available starting at 10 a.m. One bag per child while supplies last. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up our digest. We're going to be talking about that fire scam. We're going to make sure that you don't get caught in it. That's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
Hey, boss. Okay.
I said I'm fine.
Me to bed, see you in the morning with the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it, and we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at? Underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. Ready! That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Well, welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is Michael from the Department of Ag Trade Consumer Protection. Michael, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today?
Doing great, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I had talked to you guys offline about this last week. There was a text message that's been going around saying fire departments are, you're at the end of fire departments getting rid of some T-shirts. And if you want to opt out of this, and whatever, do this. And I was like, this is the biggest scam since I can remember. And here we are. You guys respond, which I'm glad, because it's hitting our fire departments across the state of Wisconsin. It is just crazy.
Yeah, you bet. And I'm glad that we did have that conversation because it brought it to our attention. And unfortunately, we hadn't really received any communication prior to that. But as soon as we spoke, all of a sudden it took off like wildfire and we discovered to it. And, this is one of those offshoots of the government scams that we see, just decided to target a different type of agency and, lure a different type of consumer in.
And I would suspect too, based on the time of year, because we're getting into the holiday season, a lot of fire departments might be doing fundraisers of some sort. So it really goes back to some of those classic signs of scams and picking people at their vulnerable time or timing's everything.
Yeah, it's a really great point because this one kind of is a hybrid of two of the major scams that we see, one being government and the second being fundraisers. And at this time of year, it's a season of giving. And so you're going to have opportunities and a lot of both agencies and businesses trying to do some of these efforts. So when they combine the two and they kind of key in and try and exploit that holiday spirit, it ends up with this type of environment.
So first off, let's talk about what you shouldn't do when you receive. So if you receive a text message, what would you say to folks out there about responding or any interaction with this text message?
Yeah, the first thing is definitely don't respond to that text message, and most certainly don't click on any links or anything that's inside of it. If you do question or you think there might be some legitimacy to it, try and reach out to that agency directly, either through a known source that you have, or just hop online and go to their direct website, find the contact information there.
Whoops, sorry. Go ahead.
No, actually, go ahead. I think you were going to go where I was going.
Yeah, I was going to say, as far as the link that's on there, so there is a link to press on it. But if you interact with this, what are you setting yourself up with?
Yeah, typically those links are definitely not going to take you to the legitimate website that they're purporting to be. They're going to take you to a site that they had set up, which may look identical to that actual agency or department's website. So you want to really make sure you're paying attention to the web address up on top. Those things can be a quick giveaway. I mean, you'll see in this examples, they'll have different words or different phrases, or maybe it's a letter here or there. And then you're also going to try and pay attention to the message and what they're asking you for. You know, if they're saying, hey, we want you to buy, in this case, a t-shirt, and they start asking you for account information and to make me pay in gift cards or some kind of weird way, all of those things are red flags for you that you're not going to want to buy into.
And tying this in, I guess, because it is the time of season, and you said there's government, you see these government texts coming out there. How should people report these? So you had suggested maybe checking in if you think it's legit or not legit. You could talk to the organization, but what would you recommend people do for reporting, and why is that so important?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So we would always encourage everyone to file a complaint with the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. They can do that on our website at DATCP hotline at wisconsin.gov, or by calling our consumer protection hotline at 1-800-422-7128. It's really important to do that because it gives us awareness, and we can start looking into this. And if there's a pattern, we can dig a little further and make sure that we're spreading the message like you've given us the opportunity to do today.
And as we do make our way through the holiday season, and we talked about this last time we got together with you folks, is when you're thinking of the holiday season and giving to charitable organizations or getting these unwanted things, what would you suggest you do for charitable donations and those sort of things, making sure that you actually are getting it to the right place?
Yeah, I would make sure you want to, if you're possible, try and reach out to that organization directly. We mentioned that earlier, but seeing if you can get a point of contact and have them validate where you should be sending that money to. And if they have a website, verify what that website address should be so you can make sure it's going there, see if maybe they'll take a different type. Also, you want to look out for the ways that they're asking for funds. Typically, whether it be government or some of these fundraising efforts, they're not going to ask you for gift cards. They're not going to ask you to send a wire transfer. They're just going to ask for a secure donation. So all of those things are what you're going to want to make sure that you're giving the money to the right location that needs it, especially this season.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Michael, thank you so much for jumping on and doing this. We certainly appreciate it. If again, one more reminder for people out there who have any questions about this scam or any scam and how to report it, where can they find more information?
Great. Please visit our website at DATCP. I'm sorry, screwed that one up. If you please, you can send us an email at DATCP hotline at wisconsin.gov. You could also visit our website at datcp.wisconsin.gov.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Have a good holiday season, and we'll check back in with you guys real soon.
All right, thanks, Jeremy.
You betcha. Check out the website and report these things. You got to report it. That's the only way that we can find what's going on and hopefully get some good outcomes on stopping people from being scammed. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg in the guest segment, and today we're taking you out to the Painters Union. Yes, Union 802, right here in Fitchburg, a cool painting training facility, and we got to take you inside and show you how they train these great workers how to paint and do so much more.
We're in the 802 Apprenticeship Training Center right now. Is one of our affiliates. IUPAT DC7 represents approximately 2,000 workers in painting, drywall finishing, glazing, paint makers, trade show floor workers, and some other industries as well. We have approximately 100 different signatory contractors that we work with. They're our partners in our industries that we work with, and one of our roles is to help our contractors that we supply them with skilled labor.
One of the reasons why we picked this building was because it had enough capacity to expand our training needs as we grew. So we still have a lot of room in this building to, accommodate more classes, more apprentices. We're under capacity right now as far as the number of apprentices that we could train in this facility. We're always, like Jeff said, we're always looking for partners to partner with to train their workers. So not just the contractors that we have currently that are signed to our collective bargaining agreement, but new partners. There's a lot of issues in our industry that we're committed to fixing. There's a lot of misclassification in the paint and drywall industry. Employers misclassify employees, call them independent contractors. This happens all the time. We're committed to combating that practice and, making the industry
Fair.
Well, our apprenticeship right now, I think in Madison area, I think we have probably about 35, 40 apprentices in our various trades right now. It's a little bit less than what we'd like to see. I think coming out of the pandemic and COVID, it's a little bit behind from what we'd like to be. But there's always opportunities for apprentices in our trades. So we're always looking. We want to grow our organization.
Well, today I got second and third year apprentices. This is actually our training center in Fitchburg, Local 802. So what we are doing today is wood grading. So what we do here is we teach them everything in the painting trade that we do, whether it's finishing drywall, brush and roll walls, spray, full finish. This would be considered full finish, this wood graining that we do. Everything that has to do with a painting trade is what we teach them here. These apprentices right here are second year and third year apprentices, and they go every other week. So the week that they're not here, I have first year apprentices, and it's them by themselves. So when I have them, there's probably 75, 80% of the time we are in the classroom because they get all of their safety training, history of paint. I get a lot of history, built up to before we start really doing the hands-on stuff. So, but with these guys, it probably flip-flops. It's probably 30 in the classroom, 70% out here. So when you're second and thirds, you actually have a lot more hands-on time. They've done all their safety training already, that kind of thing. So they're more seasoned, as a painter, from being in the field and everything too. So it's easier to just get them more stuff out here. I do teach them about special coatings, epoxies, macro epoxies, all that, plural components. We do sandblasting, so we do all that also. So they're getting both ends, commercial and the industrial part of our trade. So, because there are some contractors that do sandblasting, they'll do tankers or they'll work in a mill or something like that, especially up in the UP. In Upper Michigan, it's a lot of, working in the paper mills up there, working in the mines. In Marinette Marine, right on the border of Michigan and Wisconsin, they paint the ships that are there. Our members do the Mackinac Bridge up there, and they also do the bridge to Canada. They do half of it, and then Canadians do the other half. We call these mock-ups. So that's where we do all our training, our hands-on training. We also have a classroom where I would give PowerPoints or do video presentations on, things in our trade on how to do certain things. But then when we get to the hands-on, that's when we use these mock-ups right here. So it would be raw drywall. We teach them how to tape and finish it. All right, finish the drywall, we prime it, we paint it. Part of it we'll use for wall coverings. That's another big thing that we do is teach wall coverings, vinyl wall covering, paper, fabrics, all kinds of wall covering. So we teach them that. They're getting, all the basics is what they are getting in school. They go once a week. They get all the basics of everything that we do. So then the other time they're working for their contractor out in the field, and that's when they get all the job, hands-on on the job training. So it's like a 10-90 split. They're getting 10% kind of from me, all the basics, and then the journeymen out in the field actually are showing them on the job on how to do stuff too. And that's where they're getting most of their experience out there. We are doing wood graining right now. So I would do a little bit of classroom stuff with them and go over types of woods, things like that, how you would finish wood. But like these pretty much are metal doors, all right? You put a wood graining base on it, and then you have wood graining tools that we use to make it look like wood. For instance, this one right here, this second door right here, and like I said, this is the first time they're doing this, but we'll do this for a little bit. But that's a steel door actually. So kind of training them how to wood grain is mainly what it is. So we can do flat doors, you can do panel doors. You can do whatever color you want to do. Also, I give them the option, because it's just training, so we do it that. But, there's times on the job where you got to do it. It's kind of a lost art also, some of this full finish stuff. There are still members that know how to do all this. Fortunately, I'm one of them too, but it is kind of a lost art where you don't get too much of this in the commercial end anymore, or not even in the industrial end at all neither. It'll be less sometimes in the residential area. It's rare now that you'll get our contractors doing this, but it's always nice to know. And like I tell these apprentices, all my apprentices, is you want to learn everything in our trade. You just learn everything. And why I tell you learn everything?
Because you're always going to stay busy.
Yes, that makes you an asset. Yes, makes you an asset to your contractor when you can do everything. So here are actually some of the tools that we do for finishing drywall. You got stilts to make you taller. Let's see, this is a bazooka. You would run tape right here. This puts all that tape that you see right now, puts this on just by running this thing there. All right, it puts the mud and the tape on. This is our sandblasting setup. It's coiled up now because I won't get to it till next semester. But we plug it all in. It's all done by air. You put your media in here. And we do blast outside because we don't have a booth yet. We're in the process of getting sandblast booth. But because we do it outside, we use this slag right here. So it's coal slag, which is biodegradable. We did have shells, walnut shells, because obviously that's biodegradable, because we needed something biodegradable because we're doing it outside. But it just wasn't strong enough to cut through some of the stuff we were doing. So that's why we went with the slag. It cuts it a lot better. Like I said, we'll get into that next semester because that's the industrial end that we do. So this right here, if you can actually shoot up, you see a tripod up there. This is our confined space training. We train them on confined space also. So we actually hook them up to that, lower them down, do the whole confined space training there. Like I said, because we have some contractors that will go into a tank or something like that, and it's a confined space. So you have to be trained. We train our members in that too. So they get a lot of safety training. This is one of our aerial lifts right here that we do MUP training on. So MUP is actually Mobile Elevated Work Platform, is what a MUP is. So we train them on the scissor lift. We have a boom lift that's outside, so they would get trained on that also. So that when they are on the job, their contractor knows that, if they got that card certificate that they can operate it, they know they can put their apprentice on that lift then, so.
When we moved in, when we bought this building, we moved in, I think we're really happy with the relationship that we have with Fitchburg itself. We've had community events here, and I think that I think we're good partners, and it's like a good neighbor. We have actually a neighborhood association. They have their meetings here, so I think it's just important that we're here. We're not the unions aren't. We get a bad rap sometimes. We're boogeymen or whatever, but we're not. We're just normal people, and we're a part of the community. And I think it's, we're a resource.
Yeah, and we work for working people. We want to make sure that working people are treated fairly on the job sites, and that they have something to look forward to.
Sure. I think the first step is probably going to our website, filling out just a brief information sheet, and it will go to one of our staff members, and we'll follow up with them and talk, kind of see what they're interested in. And then we'll kind of refer them to, whatever, if they're in a different area, what area would be right, or whatever trade specifically. So that's the easiest way. Just go to the website, fill out the information form, and then you can always, our offices are always open. You always stop in and obviously talk to one of the guys as well. So it's pretty easy. There's not a lot to go into wanting to join one of our trades. I mean, we want people to come in. So there's not a lot of roadblocks. We sit down, we have conversation, and we try to figure out what we can do to help them.
There, as I said, and more. That is and more. They do quite a bit of different things besides painting. It's like they cover up all of those other things. That's the final piece of it. Either way, pretty cool to have them in the backyard. And thank you. We had the police chief forum out there, and that's how we got to meet the group. And we're like, hey, we got to come back and film a story. So how cool is that? Glad they're right here in the backyard. You can find more information at their website, iupatdc7.com. All right, we'll take a quick break. Coming up next, we'll wrap up the show. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be flood next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day.
I have no time for this.
So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for today. I want to thank our friends at Department of Ag, Trade, Consumer Protection, and the folks out at the Painters Union. Their training facility here in Fitchburg is phenomenal. And again, check out their website for more information. It's pretty cool stuff in there. Andrew, if anything I've learned, I need to take some classes from that piece. And thank you. It was a sweet and awesome piece. And guess what? Andrew will post those up on Facebook and YouTube, so you can share that with your friends. And you all have a great day.